Culés, what a painful way to go out. Barcelona is officially eliminated from the UEFA Champions League. 1 minute and 40 seconds. It's a game of inches, it's a game of details, and it's a game of concentration. And I hate to put this so early in the video. Araujo, you have cost us big once again. Unfortunately, I hate doing this because I don't want to sound like a toxic person. How can you allow at the end of the game Thuram to dribble you? He has no dribble abilities. He cannot dribble a freaking statue. And you allowed Thuram to dribble you down the sideline. 1 minute and 40 seconds to end this game. But what an absolute cinema, right? For those neutrals, for those Madridistas. But boy, we made them suffer. Barcelona was down 2-0 in this game. And I never felt so proud, yet so disappointed in a loss. It seems like God has forgotten that Barcelona exists. And you know, those Madridistas, they always love saying that God is a Madridista. I feel like God is an anti Barca. Because the way this game went, we had it in so many angles, and we had been incredible throughout this season, and especially coming from behind. And we had done it one more time. Barcelona, like I said, was down 2-0 in this game. First, it was a great play that was a mistake by Dani Olmo, loses the ball, and then De Jong tries to recovery, and then somehow he doesn't get the ball in time, and I think it's DeMarco who makes a great play and gets Thuram in stride, passes it to Lautaro Martinez, and it was an easy first goal. Big mistake. And then not only that, but then Kubarsi makes another boneheaded mistake, which he's prone to doing in the Champions League. I mean, let's face it, Barcelona, just time and time again in the UEFA Champions League, when it's the rubber needs to meet the road, they always show inexperience. And guess what, ladies and gentlemen? Kubarsi slides and doesn't get the tackle in time. I thought that he actually learned his lesson, because that's the exact same play he did on Pavlidis when he I think he slides and he actually gets a red card early in that game, and it cost us big. We ended up coming back in that game as well, but the problem here is that was the exact same play. Lautaro Martinez didn't have a clear shot on goal. I mean, I guess he did, but it wasn't really like he was leaving him to a one-on-one situation. He didn't have to slide. He didn't have to make the tackle like that. And when you make that tackle like that, there's so many things that can go wrong. And Kubarsi made a huge mistake on that play. And that was 2-0. That we gave ourselves a Mountain Everest to climb. I didn't think it would be possible this time around. But guess what? This team makes me proud. I love this freaking team because yet again, in the second half, they came out. I don't know what Hansi Flick said, and in the second half, we made a lot of changes and we played so much better without even having to sub anybody out. And I thought Dani Olmo had a great second half. And as soon as he came out for Fermin Lopez, I thought that hurt us as well. And Gerard Martin of all people showed up in the second half, and I thought that Sommer had an incredible game. Sommer did so many things right in this game, and he's the sole reason why Barcelona is not in the final today. Sommer, so many incredible plays, and robbed Lamine Yamal of a virtuoso, generational, iconic performance by Lamine Yamal, who could not be stopped time and time again, time and time again. And I know why he posted that Super Saiyan picture, because he knew he was going to bring everything he had for this game, and Inter suffers so much down the right side. And Sommer had like 2 or 3 saves on Lamine Yamal with the tip of his finger was the last one that really freaking got me. I was ready to punch something because Lamine Yamal cuts inside, takes an amazing shot finally, and Sommer gets the tips. That was going in like at the very corner, my friends. Yet again, we couldn't do it. Sommer was just incredible tonight. Give Inter credit. Give Inter a lot of credit. I did not think, they had it in them to score this many goals. Honestly, you cannot expect, if you're Barca, you cannot expect to advance to the final when you're basically allowing 7 goals. I guess you can say the same thing about Inter Milan, that they allowed 6 goals and they went to the final, right? But that was Barca. That was their offense, the best offense in the world this year, and we couldn't do it. At the end of the day, the one thing that really frustrates me is the way we lost it, because we took Olmo out. Why did we sub out Inigo Martinez? As soon as he was subbed out for Araujo, we started having a ton of problems. Inter only needed 30%, 29, 25% possession to be able to hurt us. And Dumfries, again, what a player. Huge mistakes by the defense. He was able to capitalize 2 assists, including the iconic assist that he gave to Acerebi in the last minute of the game, when there was like a minute and 40 seconds away from being in the final. He actually gets a great play off a play where Gerard Martin kind of trips. I think it was a foul, but oh my God, did we had so many things go against us, and the referee just keep calling everything. The whistle was on Inter, definitely the home advantage. You can really feel it. And I think that was the difference in the game, that they were at home. The whistle was on their side, because I thought that was a foul on Gerard Martin on that goal, the tying goal. But there was so much emotion, right? It would be a crazy atmosphere if the referee calls it a foul. And also another play that was Lamine Yamal down inside the box, where he gets tripped outside, but he falls inside, but there was contact inside the box. Archivo Bar said this was a penalty, because there's 2 contacts outside the box and there's a contact inside the box, and if there's a contact inside the box, that is a penalty whether you like it or hate it. And Barca didn't get the whistle yet again. But at the end of the day, with an amazing performance from Eddie Garcia. So even though, much to say about the fullbacks were actually great in this game. I thought, Martin with an 8.3, Eddie Garcia with an 8.1, but that amazing goal. And not only that amazing goal of the rebound, but 5 minutes later he gets the exact same situation, but he puts it to the keeper. Instead of putting it to the right, he puts it to the middle, and he finished it to the middle. And that is, ladies and gentlemen, you have to score that in that moment, at that time. You got it, put it away. That would have been the 2-2. But then what? Gerard Martin once again puts a beautiful pass. It goes through the defenders, Acerebi and Bisek, and here comes Dani Olmo, and puts in a great header that puts it 2-2. And I was like, that's it. Barcelona is going to win this game yet again, even though they were down 2-0 again. But Inter Milan just kept believing, kept thinking, kept staying in the game, staying in the game. I actually thought Hansi Flick made mistakes in this game. He took us Dani Olmo, that was playing incredibly great in the second half. Took out Inigo Martinez, who is the heart and soul of the defense. And you're putting Araujo, who again cost you twice. The first time, he lets the defender get the shot. You cannot let him get that shot that easily. Right, you're right behind him. What, you're just gonna stand there? Gets the goal as Rebi gets the goal. Then it's 3-3, right? And then Fratesi makes that goal when Kubarsi sells on the tackle and just kind of slides, and then Araujo by Turam gets dribbled by freaking Turam, as slow as anybody on that Inter team, and he dribbles him and he puts a beautiful pass diagonally. Come on, man, you cannot. I'm like I said, I am proud of this team. Thank you, Hansi Flick, for giving me hope again. Thank you for believing in Barca again. But I feel like the amount of things that had happened for Inter to win this game, it was just incredible. Especially when we were after it was 2-2. I forgot to say before they tied it, Rafinha in the 87th minute, so special, so poised. We got everything that we could have gotten from every single player. Like we got from what we needed from Lamine Yamal. We got what we needed from Rafinha out of a double shot. Takes the first shot, the keeper rebounds. Rafinha takes the shot with the right and scores an amazing goal. That was a 3-2. That was it. Cinderella story. We are meant to go to the final. But then Araujo makes that incredible mistake, guys. No, you cannot do that. It's so disappointing. I thought Pedri was gassed again in the second half. That was a big deal. Frankie de Jong, I thought he had a pretty good game. I wouldn't bash him. I just thought Kuwarsi made that mistake in the first half, and that was a big deal as well, and that was a big reason why we didn't win this game. Cause just climbing from behind, just climbing a ladder for the first time in the tie. Barcelona was actually 3-2. For the first time, they were ahead in the series. But then again, a minute and 40 seconds, man. Not like this. Not like this, Barca fans. I I can I'm out of words. I didn't think Inter had 4 goals in them at the end of the day. We just gotta take it. But it does feel like in the Champions League, Barcelona lacks a lot of experience. Couldn't close it out. We subbed out, like I said, instead of subbing out Martinez, I wish Hansi Flick would have subbed out Pedri Gonzalez because he was gassed and putting another defender instead of taking out Inigo Martinez. And you can see the anger in his face. You can see the frustration in his heart for being in the bench. I think that was the difference in the game. But hey, we were in Milan. It wasn't going to be easy. These are the type of games that win you championships. And I wish Inter wins it, man. I gotta say it. I'm honest. I don't want PSG or Arsenal to win this thing. Now I rather have Inter win it because hey, they played a great game and this was cinema. This was theater. I cannot believe we were in the wrong end of this game, but the game itself was amazing. It was incredible. But now I don't even want to watch the final. I don't even want to watch tomorrow's game. I'm out, man. I don't want to watch football, man. Like sometimes football just sucks like this. And Barcelona just keeps getting in the wrong end of these Champions League games for whatever reason, and it's so painful. I don't know if it's as painful as the Roma. I wonder this. I wonder. Let me know down if you're a Barca fan. If you're a diehard Barca fan, let me know if this is the most painful loss you've ever gotten out of Barca. I still think it's the Roma. The Roma one. I I punched out. I tapped out for a year after that loss, losing to Roma like that. But this one is very close, guys. We were just a minute and 40 seconds from being in the final, and here we are going at home. I was for sure that Barca had it in the bag. They almost had it 1 minute and 40 seconds away, but it is what it is. Let's take it like a champ. And now we go home and fight for La Liga. We got El Clásico coming up. It's gonna be hard for Barca to get up from this. I just gotta say it. But I'll catch you guys on the preview for the Real Madrid. I'll see you guys on the next video.